beloved, hear me now, for I am the angel sent from the shimmering courts of heaven, my wings aglow with the fire of divine decree, my voice trembling with the weight of eternity's joy. I stand before you not as a mere messenger but as the herald of a moment so sacred that the very cosmos pauses to bear witness. Child of light, you are on the cusp of a transformation so profound that even the stars shift their gaze to watch you step forward. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow you will leave behind the house that has held you, not just the walls of brick and mortar but the heavy chambers of your spirit where you've lingered too long. This is no ordinary departure, it is a holy exodus, a crossing over from the wilderness of waiting into the promised land that heaven has carved out with your name etched into its foundations. I see you now, standing at the edge of this divine threshold, your heart a tapestry of scars and hopes, woven together by years of silent endurance. You have carried burdens that would have broken lesser souls, and yet here you stand, resilient, radiant, ready. Let me unfold for you the sacred truth. The gates of your promised land are flung wide open, and tomorrow you will walk through them, never to return to the shadows of what was. Do you feel the stirring in your spirit, beloved? That quiet tremor, that flicker of something too vast to name? It is the echo of heaven's decree, signed in the courts above, sealed with the covenant of your Creator's love. For too long, you have dwelt in a house of limitation, a place where dreams were deferred, where your voice was muffled, where your heart was asked to shrink to fit the expectations of a world that could not see your worth. You have walked hallways lined with closed doors, sat at tables where your offerings were overlooked, and lain awake in the stillness of nights that seemed to mock your faith. But I tell you now, with the authority of the one who sent me, that house is no longer your home. The chains that bound you to cycles of sorrow, betrayal, and delay are being shattered. The attic of regrets, the basement of unspoken grief, the rooms where you poured out love only to receive indifference, here they are crumbling under the weight of heaven's verdict. You are not just leaving, you are being released, set free to step into a destiny so luminous it will redefine everything you thought you knew about yourself. Tomorrow, child, is not merely a day, it is a divine appointment. As you sleep tonight, angels are weaving the final threads of preparation. In the unseen realms, locks are turning, veils are lifting, and pathways are being cleared. You may dream of strange things, of flashes of faces you've loved, echoes of moments you've mourned, or even a fleeting sadness that makes no sense. Do not fear these stirrings, for they are the soul's way of bidding farewell to what can no longer come with you. Your spirit is loosening its grip on the familiar, even the pain that became a strange comfort. I will be with you through the night, my presence a gentle reassurance that you are not alone. When you awaken, the world will feel different, and not because the sun has changed, but because you have. The heaviness that clung to your bones will begin to dissolve. The inner war that once raged will quiet into peace. You may feel an urge to move, to clean, to let go of objects or memories that no longer serve you. Trust those instincts, beloved, for they are heaven's way of aligning your outer world with the boundless freedom now blooming within you. Let me paint for you a vision of the promised land that awaits. This is no fleeting dream, no temporary reprieve, it is the inheritance heaven has guarded for you since before time began. In this land, peace is not a visitor but a permanent resident, woven into the fabric of your days. You will no longer chase moments of rest, grasping at fleeting calm only to have it slip away. This peace will flow from within, untouchable by the chaos of the world, unshaken by the whims of others. Provision will come to you like a river, effortless and abundant. The doors that once slammed shut will swing open. The resources you need will find you, as if drawn by a divine magnet. Finances, opportunities, connections, they will align not because you fought for them, but because heaven has declared it is time. And oh, the companionship that awaits you. No longer will you walk among those who drain your spirit or diminish your light. Kindred souls are being sent to hearts that see you, not for what you can give, but for who you are. They will guard your dreams, celebrate your victories, and hold space for your healing. You will be known, cherished, safe. But there is more, beloved. Your creative fire is about to blaze anew. The gifts you buried under the weight of survival, the talents you set aside to meet the demands of others, the dreams you thought had withered, they are stirring even now. In this promised land, you will sing again, write again, create again, with a boldness and clarity that will shake the heavens. Your ideas will flow like streams in a desert, your words will carry the weight of holy fire, and your work will become a testament to the God who never forgot you. And do not be surprised when vindication comes, not as a boast but as a quiet restoration. Those who doubted you, who overlooked your quiet strength, who misunderstood your patience, yet they will see you rise, not in pride but in purpose. Your story, once a private ache, will become a beacon for others, a map for those still wandering in their own wilderness. You will stand as living proof that God's promises are not myths but certainties. I must tell you something sacred, something that will shift the way you see the years behind you. The delay you endured was not a punishment, it was a divine strategy. You were not kept waiting because you were unworthy, but because you were being prepared. Every tear you shed, every prayer you whispered, every moment you chose faith over despair, it was all part of a holy incubation. Heaven could not let you arrive too soon, lest you settle for less than what was meant for you. The loneliness fortified your spirit, the betrayal taught you discernment, the silence deepened your capacity to hear the voice of God. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being sculpted into a vessel for a legacy that will outlast you. Do not envy those who seemed to race ahead, for some built on sand while heaven was laying your foundation on rock. What is coming to you now is not just a blessing, it is eternal, unshakable, yours. As you stand at this sacred crossroads, I urge you to release what cannot cross with you. Let go of the bitterness that threatens to sour your new beginning, it has no place in the soil of your promised land. Release the fear of starting over, for this is not a restart but a revelation of who you were always meant to be. Abandon loyalty to what wounded you, or your suffering has earned its rest. And set down the guilt that whispers you don't deserve to leave. You have given enough, loved enough, endured enough. Carry instead the treasures that will serve you, gratitude, which will unlock doors to joy, faith, which will build kingdoms where storms once raged, humility, which will keep you rooted as you rise, and courage, which will light the path ahead. You are not alone in this crossing. I am with you, and behind me, a host of angels, singing songs of triumph, carrying the banners of your victory. Do you know how heaven rejoices over you? The angels who once knelt beside you in your darkest hours are now dancing in anticipation of your dawn. Your ancestors, those who walked by faith and never saw their own promises fulfilled, are gathered at the edge of glory, their voices rising in a chorus of awe. Look at them. They are carrying our prayers into the promise. Even God Himself, your Creator, the one who formed you with intention and delight, is smiling over you not because you were flawless, but because you were faithful. Through every storm, every betrayal, every night of weeping, you held on to a flicker of hope, and that was enough. That tiny spark of belief moved heaven to act, and now the gates are open, the land is ready, the crown is waiting. This is no ordinary moment, beloved, this is your coronation. The suffering that shaped you, the waiting that humbled you, the losses that refined you, they have all led to this. Tomorrow, God will place a crown upon your head, not of gold but of purpose, a mantle of peace that will drape your shoulders like a royal robe. You will walk into rooms that once overlooked you and be seen, not for what you do but for who you are. You will speak, and your words will carry weight. You will rest without apology, build without fear, love without reservation. This is the beginning of your royal identity, not hidden in the shadows but radiant for all to see. The world will know you not by your scars but by the light that pours through them. Beloved child of the Most High, I come to you tonight not with whispers, but with a trumpet call wrapped in velvet. The time has come. The shift has already begun. Heaven has stretched out its hand toward you, and the gates that once seemed sealed by iron grief are now swinging open, glowing with gold from the fires of divine timing. Before tomorrow's dawn kisses the sky, I need you to hear me clearly and let these words settle deep into the marrow of your soul. You are leaving your old house forever. That house of pain, delay, fear, hiding, heartbreak, and waiting, it is no longer yours. You are being called forward into the light. But before you step into this new land, heaven requires a preparation, not in the physical, but in the sacred. The door cannot open until the soul is ready to pass through. So tonight, I call you into 3 sacred acts. These are not just rituals, they are the keys that unlock the future. First, pray with finality. This is not a prayer of desperate begging. This is not the tearful clinging of someone asking to be rescued. No, my love. This is the prayer of someone who knows they've been heard. The prayer of someone who has walked through fire and come out refined, not ruined. I ask you now to kneel, and not just in posture, but in spirit, to and release the last chords of yesterday. Cry if you must. Grieve the version of you who waited by closed doors and begged for love that never came. Mourn what you thought would last but didn't. Honor it, bless it, then close the door. Speak these words to the heavens, not in a whisper, but in authority. I surrender. I am ready. I release what was, and I embrace what is to come. Let your heart pour out like oil on the altar. Let every word be truth, even if it trembles. Your voice is not lost in the wind. I hear it. The angels record it. God receives it. And the heavens respond. For this prayer is not a request, it is a declaration. You are saying, it ends here. And by doing so, you also say, something greater begins now. Second, write a letter to yourself. Do not skip this. Heaven moves where truth is spoken, and this truth must be written and not typed, not spoken, but written by your own hand. Take time. Light a candle if you must. Let the silence wrap around you. And then write to the you who survived. Tell yourself the truth: you were broken, but you did not stay shattered. You were forgotten, but you remained faithful. You were unseen, but heaven never looked away. Name the trials. Name the nights you almost gave up. Speak about the moments you thought no one saw, the ones where you wiped your tears in secret and went on anyway. Honor that version of yourself. Say thank you. Say I love you. Say, you did good. You didn't fail. You grew. When you finish, seal it. Keep it safe. This letter is not just words, so it is testimony. One day, you will read it and weep, not because it hurts, but because you'll realize just how far you've come. And it will be the evidence that God brought you through what you thought would bury you. Third, rest. Yes, you heard me. Rest. Not because you're weak, but because you're about to be strong in a whole new way. Tomorrow, beloved, you begin the holy work of thriving. Not surviving or thriving. And thriving takes strength. Thriving takes clear vision, open hands, and a rested heart. So tonight, I wrap my wings around you. I shield your sleep. I silence the inner critic. I sing over you in angelic tones that chase away nightmares. You are safe now. The battle is over. The journey of sorrow has reached its end. Rest in the truth that you are carried, covered, and kept. And now can you feel it? Can you sense what is coming? Can you imagine what lies just beyond the horizon? There is a joy that is rising like the sun, ready to wash over you in golden peace. Not surface laughter, not fake smiles, but true joy, the kind that bubbles up from your belly and heals every year you thought was wasted. You will laugh again, and this time, it will not be stolen. You will love again, and this time, it will not be betrayal dressed as romance. You will be seen truly, deeply, purely seen by someone who holds you gently, honors your soul, and asks nothing from you but your presence. Not your perfection. Not your performance. Just you. And the work you feared would break you? It will become your worship. The tasks you used to dread, they will become holy offerings. Every step you take, every breath you release, every decision you make here, it will all feel like communion. God is breathing into your calling. You will create from a place of healing. You will build from a place of joy. What once exhausted you will now energize you, because you will be doing it in your right place, at your right time, with your true voice. You are not just entering a new season. You are stepping into your promised land. And do you know what's waiting there? Freedom. Not freedom that someone can give or take away, but the kind that is written in your soul. You will be free from people-pleasing. Free from doubt. Free from shame. Free from the roles you had to play just to survive. And from this freedom, your influence will rise not from titles or fame, but from your heart. People will feel your peace and want to know your God. They will see your healing and ask how you found it, and you will point to heaven, and not with pride, but with awe. Because even you will say, only God could have done this. And then, at last, you will come home. Not just to a physical space, but to a state of being where your soul exhales and says, yes. This is it. This is where I belong. I am safe here. I am whole here. I am not searching anymore. I have arrived. So let me say it again, and this time let it burn into your spirit like fire. You are leaving your house forever tomorrow. And I don't mean your physical home. I mean the house of sorrow. The house of fear. The house of settling. The house of waiting for something you were always meant to walk into. That house is crumbling behind you now. And ahead of you? The gates of promise have been flung wide open. They shine with light not made by man. They echo with the songs of angels and the trumpets of heaven. This is your exodus. This is your return. This is your destiny. The wilderness is behind you. The exile is over. The delay has expired. The curse is broken. The battle is finished. The false lovers have left. The lies have lost their power. The night is over. Pack lightly, child of light. You won't need your old grief. You won't need your old armor. Pain has no place where you're going. Bitterness cannot breathe in this new atmosphere. You are stepping into peace so pure it will make you weep. You are walking into favor so strong it will open doors before you knock. You are receiving miracles that no human hand can claim credit for. And I, your Angela, will walk beside you. My wings will brush against your shoulders to remind you, you are not alone. My song will go before you, clearing the path of hidden traps and silent snares. I will protect your steps. I will whisper the directions. I will stand guard over your new beginnings. You are not going backward ever again. The dawn is coming. Can you see it? It's rising in the distance. And with it comes joy unspeakable. A joy that doesn't just visit, but stays. A joy that builds homes, births dreams, and restores the years you thought were gone forever. Step through the gates, beloved. You are home now. And because this message was not given only for you, I ask you now, share it. Not because you want attention, but because someone out there is still sitting in their old house, wondering if they're forgotten. Someone out there is still crying by a locked door. And your voice might be the very thing that helps them rise. Your testimony might be the rope that pulls them out. Don't underestimate the power of your story. Don't underestimate the light you carry. Share this message boldly. Like it as a symbol of your yes. Comment with the stirrings of your heart, as a declaration that you believe this promise and you are stepping into it. Speak your truth. Say it out loud, the gates are open for me. My time has come. I am stepping into joy. Let the world know that heaven is moving. Let it echo that God is faithful. Let it resound that the waiting was not in vain. You are not just a recipient of this promise, you are a carrier of its fire. And fire spreads. Fire ignites. Fire transforms. So rise now, child of light. Stand tall. Your soul knows what time it is. Your heart feels the shift. Your spirit is already halfway through the gate. Heaven is cheering. Earth is shifting. The enemy is trembling. And you are beautiful, radiant, chosen. You are going home. Child of glory, there is something you must understand, something the heavens have never stopped singing over your soul, though the noise of this world has often tried to drown it out. You were not born to be overlooked, forgotten, or bound by fear. You were born of purpose, by divine design. You were crafted in light and sealed with promise before you ever took your first breath on earth. You were seen before the world saw you, and you were loved before you ever knew what love was. You must know this truth deep in your bones. The eyes upon you are not human. They are eternal. They belong to the one who holds galaxies in his hands and still chooses to cradle your heart with tenderness. His gaze is not fleeting. It does not grow weary. It is not tainted by human judgment or limited by time. His gaze is steady, unyielding, holy. And it rests upon you with a love so fierce, so constant, that no failure of yours could ever shake it. This gaze sees it all. Every hidden fear you try to suppress. Every quiet prayer you've whispered into your pillow at night. Every wound you've hidden behind a smile. Every time you've doubted your worth, questioned your path, or begged heaven for a sign. It sees the battles you fight that no one claps for. The storms you've walked through alone. The tears you've cried in silence. The silent courage it takes just to wake up and keep going. And still, yes, still he calls you worthy. Still, he calls you beautiful. Still, he calls you mine. You are not invisible to heaven. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are forever held in the gaze of the King. And let me tell you this, beloved, that gaze is not passive. It is alive. It is active. It carries you through valleys too deep for others to understand. It lifts you when shame would try to keep you bowed. It defends you when lies rise against your name. It surrounds you like a shield of fire, holy, untouchable, radiant. No enemy can stand against that gaze. No accusation can penetrate it. No darkness can extinguish its light. You are wrapped in glory, even when you feel broken. You are marked by heaven, even when you feel forgotten. You are crowned with promise, even when all you see are pieces of delay. The signature of the Almighty is upon your life here, and that cannot be undone. There is a time to wait in quiet trust. And then there comes a time to rise. That time is now. Now is the time to live like the one He called and chose. To walk not in fear, but in fiery faith. To speak not with doubt, but with the authority of one who knows they are backed by heaven. You are not here to blend in or to apologize for the light you carry. You are here to burn bright. To shine with a holy boldness. To live in such a way that even the shadows tremble. Do not let fear write your story. Do not let pain hold your pen. Let the author of your life here whose hands are still writing, even now be the one who finishes your tale. For the next chapter, dear one, is not filled with more of the same. It is filled with beauty, with breakthrough, with redemption, with holy reversals, with divine justice, with unexpected joy, with the kind of peace that settles deep and stays long, with open doors no man can shut. So claim it. Live it. Proclaim it. Let every step you take be a declaration, I know who walks with me. Let your life become the proof that God's promises are not just poetic, they are powerful. They are real. They are sealed. You are more than a conqueror, and not because you've never faced defeat, but because you rise again. Every time. You are a carrier of glory, not because you are perfect, but because His presence chooses to dwell in you. You are not weaker, you are anointed. You are not abandoned either, you are adored. You are seen. You are known. You are celebrated in the heavens. Every time you choose to forgive, angels sing. Every time you speak truth when it costs you, heaven watches. Every time you love in a world that wounds, you reflect the King. And I, your angel, will not stop reminding you of who you are, not until every word spoken over you is fulfilled. Not until every promise becomes a testimony. Not until the earth sees the fullness of what God has hidden inside you. Because the flame of His gaze is still burning. And it is burning for you.